Hi friends, it's Samir here and welcome back to Samir's Review Room. Today we are going to build this amazing PC based on very stylish and powerhouse Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Elite AX motherboard. This motherboard supports Intel's 12th Gen, 13th Gen as well as latest 14th Gen processors. It comes with Easy Latch and Easy Latch Plus feature which makes this motherboard DIY friendly and enables hassle-free installations. It has DDR5 memory support with up to 7600 megabits per second speeds, PCIe 5.0 and many more features which we are going to review and explore in depth in today's video. If you're looking to build a high performance PC, then this motherboard is an excellent choice for it. This motherboard is not just a beast in terms of performance, but it is also designed keeping DIY enthusiasts in mind. So without any further ado, let's get started with today's video. Now starting with the box content, in the box you will find the motherboard itself. Then there is the user manual booklets, SATA cable and accessories, and finally is the antenna for the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Now we will take the closer look at the motherboard's features. So first up guys, this motherboard has top quality build with high flexibility, making this motherboard DIY friendly. Starting with the Easy Latch, which enables the hassle-free installation and access to all the PCIe slot, no matter whatever the size of GPU is. Further, there is the Easy Latch Plus, which enables the one-click screw-free installation for all the M.2 SSD. Next in the design feature is the advanced thermal solution. Starting with the M.2 SSDs, they are covered with the thermal guard technology. For the primary, there is the thermal guard 3, which you can say is the huge heatsink which enables the efficient thermal management, and for other 3 SSDs there are thermal guard technology with this uni-block heatsink. Further, it has the robust heatsinks covering all the VRMs and the chipset. Additionally, there are multiple fan headers and hybrid cooling headers to keep your system running cool and quiet. There is also a 6 mm heat pipe which adds to the extended heat dissipation. The aesthetically appealing design of this motherboard is apt for the gamers as well. To cater that need, it has multiple ARGB headers for customization along with the pre-tuned performance. And furthermore, this board has following styling features. First is the Aorus signature design on the VRM shroud. Then the main chipset enclosure block also has this signature branding, and it also houses the onboard ARGB which can be further tuned and controlled by the Gigabyte control center. Finally, it has this dual tone finish which goes along the motherboard, which looks great with any type of PC building theme. So guys, this design section of the motherboard goes perfectly in the hand with the tagline, that is the build smart and go elite. Now coming to the CPU and memory features. So as I already mentioned it in the intro, this motherboard supports Intel's 12th Gen, 13th Gen and 14th Gen CPUs. It has LGA 1700 socket. This ensures you the future proofing of your PC. Moving on to the memory, this motherboard supports DDR5 RAM with the speeds of up to 7600 MHz and maximum capacity of 256 GB across all the 4 DIMM slots. So guys, this features not only caters the extreme needs of the creators but also the top tier gamers. Now coming to the power delivery feature of this board. Power delivery is a crucial for stable system, and this Z790 Aorus Elite AX excels in this area. It features a 16+1+2 power phase design, ensuring your CPU gets a consistent and clean power supply even under the heavy loads. Now proceeding with the storage and the expansion options. So storage options are plentiful with this motherboard. It features 4 PCIe 4.0 M.2 slots, all with the thermal guards. Plus guys, there are also 6 SATA ports for the traditional SSDs and the hard drives. For the expansion, you have got 3 PCIe slots. The top slot is PCIe 5.0 X16, perfect for the latest GPUs. And the other 2 slots are PCIe 4.0 X16 and X4 respectively, providing plenty of options for traditional cards like sound cards or the capture cards. Now coming to the one of the important feature, that is the connectivity. So you get top-notch connectivity options with this motherboard. On the rear I/O, you will find Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3 for the fast and reliable wireless connection. You can attach your wireless antenna on this port. There are also multiple USB ports including USB 3.2 Gen 2x2, Type-C, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A and USB 2.0 ports. So basically guys, there is almost every I/O port present in this board. Rather, there are more than sufficient options that you get in the form of the rear I/O panel. Now coming to the audio section of this board, then audio quality is also excellent. Thanks to the ALC 1220 VB audio codec with high-end capacitor, whether you are gaming or watching movie, you will get crystal clear sound with greater fidelity. So to sum up guys, this motherboard is fully feature packed with all the extremely useful and practical feature that you are going to enjoy, whether you are creator, normal user or even the top tier gamer. So now we'll proceed with the PC building part of the video. So first we will install the motherboard. Now let's install it into our case. We'll first start with the aligning motherboard with the standoffs. I have already placed the standoff onto the case looking at the motherboard rear end. We will gently place it in and secure the motherboard with all the screws, ensuring it is placed firmly. Next, we will install the CPU. So for this PC build, I'm using the Intel Core i5-13600K processor. Open the CPU socket, align the CPU with notches. It's just simple procedure. Gently place it and close the latch. Briefly speaking about today's processor, it has total 14 cores. 16 of which are P cores that are the performance and 8 are the efficient cores. Total 20 threads are available in this CPU. Base frequency is rated at 2.6 GHz, which can be turbo boosted up to 5.1 GHz. It also comes with the Intel hybrid architecture, so you can do simultaneously the top tier tasks like creating, editing, gaming, and with broadcasting them with the low intensity task or the medium intensity ones. So all of which work in synergy and efficiently. Now we will apply the thermal paste properly onto the surface and close it up with the AIO cooler. Now we'll quickly complete up the rest of the assembly. And now the moment of truth, turning on this build for the very first time, checking whether it turns on or not. And here it is guys, it perfectly turns on and works properly. Now coming to the important section of this video, that is the performance. So before we proceed with the testing part, let me get you through the BIOS features and the software part of this motherboard. So the BIOS of this Z790 Aorus Elite AX is very user friendly. It has sleek interface and plenty of options for tweaking and overclocking. Here you can see you have got more than enough options for even minute tweaking of each and every component related to the CPU, RAM, etc. Gigabyte also provides their easy tune software for in-OS adjustment. There is also perf drive, actually the performance drive, which enables dedicated tuning the settings. Further, when you get into the Windows, there is this Gigabyte Control Center. It is the Gigabyte's signature software which enables all-in-one tool. First is the RGB Fusion, where you can control the onboard LEDs. There is tons of LED option you get on the board. Next, there is this dedicated fan control. So whatever fan setup you set up in this motherboard or the PC build using this software, you can individually connect or control them by your need. And finally is this performance tab, the easy tune option, where you can overclock the settings for the CPU, RAM, and you can also set the alerts for wherever voltage or the points you want. So you can do minor tweaking in the BIOS itself, plus in the Windows software of this Gigabyte Control Center. Now we will proceed with the testing part. So starting with the benchmarking. So very first benchmark that I have did is the cross mark. Here you can see the results are in the range of 1900-2000, which are very good for this PC build. Basically, this is the cross-platform suitability or the performance test, and you can see our build fares very well in this test. Next is the Cinebench. Here you can see the multi-core and a single core test. It is basically for the CPU. Here also our PCB fares quite well. Next is the PC Mark 10 test, and here you can see our readings are in the tunes of 9000. Finally is the Geekbench test, and you can see the readings are as follow. So guys, our PC build excels quite well in the benchmarking, but how does it converts or performs in the real world? We'll start with the productivity test. So first is the Adobe Premiere Pro. So I'm doing a 4K editing test in this one, and the frames are, or the timeline is set at the full frame 4 resolution. It is not the half one. You can see it is running quite smooth. You can do the color tweaking, color gradation, minor tweaking, stabilization, etc. And this system handles it quite well. You can see overall file size is quite big and it is in tune of 3000 plus MBs, that is 3 GBs. When you export it, you can see the rendering takes just under 3 minutes. So you can see how fast is our PC build. While this is done, the thermal management is done quite well on the CPU and on the board as well. Next in the productivity section is the Pro Engineer software, which is a high-end engineering simulation software. So you can design the parts, and this part you can see it is a very intricate design involving many dozens of parts assembled together, and this PC is handling this task quite well. Now coming finally to the very exciting part, that is the gaming. Starting with the first one, that is the Spider-Man Miles Morales edition. Here you can see the game is running quite smoothly. It is in the highest setting, DLSS frame rate is on. And you can see the frame rates we are getting in are the tunes above 170 FPS on an average on the highest possible setting. So you get extremely smooth and stutter-free experience of this game. Next we did is a Far Cry 6, which is also a AAA listed game. For this, you can also say it is performing quite smoothly. This is on the highest setting again. Here you can see the average FPS reading are above 60, and mind is these are in the highest possible graphics settings. You are going to get such of a great performance out of this PC build. Moving on further is the Forza Horizon 5, which is extremely heavy car racing game. Here also all the graphic settings are turned on the highest end possible. And you can see on an average, I'm getting almost 60 FPS on this kind of settings. Fourth in the line is the Horizon Forbidden West. It is also one of the latest AAA listed game. Again here the settings are on the highest end. Here the FPS counter you can see is almost 60 FPS. At times it is going above that on an ease on this realistically highest possible settings. And finally is the City Skylines 2. It is a CPU centric, a heavy game which requires a lot of processing speed. You can see in the highest possible setting, I'm getting on an average 40 FPS reading, which is quite amazing for this kind of PC build. So guys, no matter whichever heavy game, AAA listed game you want to play, this PC build is going to handle it quite well. So guys, this is the performance you can expect out of this PC build, which is based on Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Elite AX motherboard. As already said guys, this motherboard, this PC build caters needs of everyone, let it be creator, normal user or the top tier gamer. So that was it from today's video guys. Hope you liked this video. If yes, then please like this video and share this video. If you have any kind of doubt about this board, this PC build, then kindly comment in the section. I'll try to answer all of them. If you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more of this tech videos. Thank you very much for watching this video.